Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Healthy Reset, where we talk about all things menopause. And tonight, we will be diving into menopause and a supplement guide and how to figure out what supplement you need to take based on the symptoms you are having. So before we get going, I want to make sure everybody can hear me. So just give me a thumbs up if you're hearing me, or if you're having any issues, let me know. Right? You can always send a message or put your hand up or just come on and say something. All right. So let's get into it. So tonight we're talking about supplements and um, menopause our menopause guide. Menopause symptom guide to help you navigate what supplements should be right for you. And what we're doing here is we've realized how confusing. So let me introduce myself. I'm Dr. Z, and I'm one of the co-founders of the White Rose community. With us tonight is Nurse Maria Nurse Joseph, who's also the co-founder of the White Rose community and the brainchild of how this all got started. Say goodnight, Maria.
Welcome and thanks for coming.
All right. So what we're gonna do is as we go through, I'm gonna go through what we're doing, and Maria will chime in every once in a while with her input of it. And for everybody who doesn't know it, why am I here as a guy who's helping women through menopause? I grew up in a household of four women and my mom, four sisters and my mom. And I have a family of 16, an extended family of 16 aunts. So with very few boys in my family, I was the only boy. And what I didn't know at the time when I was growing up was my sisters and my mom would get into have their periods at the same time. I didn't even know there was a synchronization until I went to medical school. But I was immersed into women's health since I was a young teenager. And that has progressed to me being very comfortable around women, having most of the friends that I had were women. And that led to today, me going to sports medicine and then realizing that what I do can really help women through the stages of menopause, which is exercise, nutrition, mindset, all those things. So that's why I'm here. Maria is our sexual health and women's health nurse, and I am the mindset and health routine doc, right? And that's why I'm here. So tonight, let's dive into this thing called supplements. Now, the first thing is, um, when we were preparing this document, which is this document I'll show you now. So give me a second to share my screen and I'll take it off. One sec, I gotta find the document first. Not find it, but I have so many things open that the sharing of the screen could be a little challenged. All right. One sec, folks. I mean, I don't need to give you any dead air there, but it is right, here we go. So let's share this. Right, so this is what we're talking about. What we created here is a little document called what supplements you may need, supplements and vitamins that are right for you based on your symptoms. So I'm gonna stop the share. We're gonna come back to this in a moment. So first, let's dive into what we're talking about. So imagine walking through a maze, twisting, turning, and hitting dead ends. This maze isn't just any maze. It's the journey through menopause. Each turn represents a symptom, each wall a challenge, and each dead end the overwhelming feeling of not knowing which supplement or vitamin will guide you. So let's talk about Sarah. She's a vibrant 50-year-old woman who has just started experiencing the symptoms of menopause. Hot flashes wake her up at night, her mood swings are unpredictable, and she can't remember where she put her keys. Does this resonate with you? Does this make you sound familiar? Her skin is dry, her joints ache, and she's constantly tired. Sarah feels lost in this new phase of life. Cher's story isn't unique. Millions of women navigate this maze daily, encountering various symptoms that range from the vasomotor, like the hot flashes and night sweats, to the psychological challenges such as anxiety and depression, sleep disturbances, cognitive brain fog, genitourinary issues, and musculoskeletal problems add to complexity. Added aging skin issues like dryness and thinning, and Sarah feels like she's losing control of her body. The overwhelming number of supplements and vitamins marketed to alleviate these symptoms only adds to her confusion. Which one should she choose? So we get down to what supplement is best for Sarah. Now, interestingly, I mentioned this client, Sarah, but my mom's name is Sarah, right? So it's almost like I'm talking about what my mom went through. Now, I wasn't there when my mom was going through menopause, but I can imagine her being in this state because I remember those days when they were going through their menstrual cycle, right? Now, think of these supplements like a fine wine. You go to choose a wine in the grocery store, and there's this whole rack of beautifully colored wines, red wines, white wines, rosés, champagnes, and you're now totally overwhelmed. What wine should I choose? What is the best one for me? Now, this is only if you drink wine, right? But I'm using it as an analogy of what we're trying to get at. What do you choose? Which wine is best for you? What taste would you like? Do I like a fruity tasting wine? Do I like a dry wine? Do I like it with more of undertone of tannins? All of those things make up what the wines are. Where's the wine from? Is it from Argentina? Is it from France? Is it from California? And they all have different tastes. What year was the grape's name? So you can see how confusing just choosing a wine could be. Now, when me and Maria were going through this document, one of the comments that Maria made was, wow, this is a lot, and it's a lot for me to go through. Now, consider this. Both me and Maria are experts in this area of the field, right? And we're going through it, and we are feeling overwhelmed. So I can only imagine, I said this to Maria, can you imagine what our clients, what our community is going through in choosing the right supplements um, for the right symptoms. So that's what we're going to try to do with you. And what we implore you is when you take the questionnaire, is book a call with us, book a one-on-one call with us, and we will go through the questionnaire with you and help you and help you to select what is the correct choices for you. Right? So first, we need to identify the key symptoms. All right. And then we need, that's where we're going to research and quality. What is a good supplement to be taken? What kind of quality? What is a dose? And how often should we take it? That's what we're going to get into. That's where me and Maria come in handy because we will help you with that part. What dose? What is the best brand to take? And how many times a day do you need to take it? What's the balance we need to do? And how do we integrate this into our lifestyle to make us feel better? Now, I'll give you an example. A colleague of mine has been suffering from jaw pain for a very long time. And this young lady is a nutritionist. She's head of the nutrition department. And she's been having this clicking in her jaw. She's been going to her dentist for the longest while. The clicking is causing her to have severe pain every time, making it difficult for her to eat and often leading to distress. I was having a conversation and she was mentioning to me, and I asked her, have you ever tried CBD oils? And she's like, no, she's never tried it. So I gave her a guy to call who sells CBDs in Trinidad and Tobago. He sells a cream. And she called him over. I was like, start applying it every morning and every evening. And interestingly, after a few weeks of doing that, I was speaking to her this Monday, And she told me, she said she's had massive relief from having the CBD cream rubbed on her jaw. What does CBD do? CBD it helps to suppress pain. And this led to her feeling much more comfortable with eating and having much less of a painful sensation in her jaw. Right? Now, here's a healthcare professional who's going to another healthcare professional and yet was not able to get relief from these by finding the right thing to take. So that's what we do here. We understand how challenging and how confusing it can be with the amount of information that is out there. So we will try to help guide you. We will help guide you, not even try, through what is best for you. So go back to Sarah. After a few months with our guidance, we gave her a balance, some basics. First, for her hot flashes and night sweats, we put her on black cohosh and soy isoflavonols. To combat the mood swings and anxiety, she added magnesium and vitamin B6. And I know Maria is a big promoter of using magnesium, right? For the thinning bones, she started with calcium and vitamin D. And we complemented the weight-bearing exercises to help with the joint pains. Added some omega fatty acids for a healthy heart, while collagen supplements and vitamin E addressed the skin issues. We were able to emphasize things like hydration and how a balanced diet of fruits, vegetables, and whole grains can help through the transition of the menopause phase, the perimenopause to menopause. After a few months, Sarah starts feeling a significant improvement. Her hot flashes have reduced, she's sleeping better, and her mood has stabilized. Her skin feels more hydrated, and her energy levels have increased. Sarah no longer feels lost in the menopause maze, and she has found her path, regained control over her body. Now, I like to talk a little bit more at what some of the problems that Sarah was going into. But before we do that, I want to bring on Nurse Maria and let her give us a little bit of her experience and the changes she has made to what supplements she's taking to reduce her menopausal symptoms. So Maria, come on for a little bit and give us a little of your story.
All right. Okay, ladies. One of the reasons I came up with this whole community and about menopause and linked up with Dr. Khan is because I myself am going through this transition in my life. And what I would like to say to everyone, this is not one time or one thing that could help with the symptoms of menopause. It is a very holistic approach. You need to have a very open mind, and our approach is using a lot of natural supplements. We're dealing with things like stress. I was very stressed out from my job. Still am, but I have ways of coping. One of the ways in which I've coped during this time is through exercise. Exercise should never be underestimated, ladies and gentlemen, because exercise is a stress reliever. And along with the supplements I take, which I'll come and tell you about that in a while, the exercise on a regular basis, going out and walking, Dr. Khan and our group, we walk very regularly on a Sunday, as often as we feel good and the weather allows, we go hiking, which is it's very nice to have that, fresh air, listening to nature, the birds, and the challenge of the walk. All of that helps with the symptoms of menopause, along with eating a healthy diet. I have, sometimes I divulge, let's say about 75 to 80%. I eat clean. Now and again, if I feel for something that I haven't had for a long while, or something that, mightn't be the healthiest, something a little sweet, I would have it, and, I just go back and eating the way I eat. But generally speaking, it is a holistic approach. I've learned through the exercise, my sleep has become better. I hydrate myself a lot with a lot of water. I have a lot of fruits. I do intermittent fasting. So even the utensils I use to cook my food, the type of oils I use, all of that I have adjusted to this new healthy lifestyle. So it is a very holistic approach. And I've always known that, menopause is multidisciplinary, just like any other symptom we have for whatever problems we may be facing, because we know sometimes at this age group, we may be dealing with a lot of chronic illnesses. People may be dealing with high blood pressure. Some people may be dealing with diabetes, heart problems, and along with that, here comes Mrs. Menopause, and it exacerbates a lot of these symptoms if you do not have your healthy eating and exercises and your stress levels under control. So this has been my way of dealing with my symptoms. I'm not saying there are times when I feel a little, these stresses of life get to me at times. I'm human. But generally speaking, let's say about 85% of the time plus, I have good days. So a lot of these, my go-to supplement for helping me sleep, because I have a lot of problems sleeping. When I get up in the night, I get to use the bathroom. I get problems going back to sleep. Or there are times when I get up and I just wake up, I just cannot go back to sleep. And I find a lot of things to do on my phone. Sometimes I go in the kitchen, I walk around, all of these things to try to go back to sleep. And what has helped me is the magnesium bisglycinate, or the magnesium glycinate. You might get it at you might get it as a glycinate or bliss glycinate. The bliss glycinate that helps with number of symptoms, along with sleeping, anxiety, bone pain, heart regulation. If you read through the benefits of magnesium, it is mind-blowing. It does a lot of good things to our bodies. And I would like to let the gentlemen know, men at our age group as well, it helps men with a lot of their magnesium deficits. Many times we think we have a lot of other issues going on, and it is sometimes a vitamin deficiency we are going through and we don't know. So at this age group, our bodies doesn't have or make the amount of magnesium that it used to. And because of the estrogen and progesterone roller coaster we are on, we have a lot of, it causes a lot of deficiencies. And so magnesium is one of my go-to supplements, as well as omega-3. I take it in the capsule form, and I also have it in the form of fish, like salmon. I have it in the form of flaxseed, chia seeds, things like that. I have it those both ways. I have as well as D3. We know D3, we get it from the sun, but as we get older and we reach this age group, our bodies or skin does not take in the D3 from the sun as it used to be when we were younger. So here is where the D3 supplement comes in to play. And I also use collagen powder, which is excellent for the skin as well. I use the marine source because I use fish. So I use the marine source of collagen, and it is very good to help with skin, with wrinkles. I've passed it on to a lot of my patients, the importance of the collagen. because it does a lot of good as well. If you look up the benefits of collagen as well, it does a lot of good for your general appearance of your skin, along with dehydration and exercise. So these are my go-to supplements, as well as protein powder. I use that on a regular basis. Excuse me, when I'm making my smoothies in the morning or the evening time. So these are some of my go-to supplements, along with a multivitamin. So this is what I take on a regular basis. So this is what some of the supplements that, it could work to help with a lot of the symptoms that we are having, ladies and gentlemen. I hope this is helpful.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. You see how much Maria just shared there, and how even in that little segment of just the things she's taken, and it took her a while to really put that together. And I was from trial and error and from research and all that stuff. So we want to make this as easy a process as possible for you. So we will do the research. We will look at what works, what doesn't. We will check the products that are best, and we will recommend what the best things we can recommend. Now, it's not a hard and fast rule. It's not, oh, because you like to take something, but we're suggesting something else, doesn't mean that's the case. Now, we are open to suggestions also. So if you're taking something that's working really well for you, share it with the community, and we will look into it and give some feedback and get some feedback from you on why you think it is so good and what would you recommend to the community. This is how we grow. So let's now dive in to anybody has any questions at this point? Come on and just ask a question, or raise your hand and let us know. Okay. Well, raise your hand anytime. We'll answer your questions and we go through. So let's talk about some of the symptoms. So you've heard us talk about these things over and over again, but we always try to educate as much as we can. So some of the symptoms you go through, and this is what the symptom guy is going to go through with you, is vasomotor symptoms. Those are the hot flashes, night sweats. There's the psychological symptoms, the mood swings, depression, anxiety, irritability. There's sleep disturbances, insomnia, difficulty falling asleep, early morning awakenings, some of which Maria mentioned just now. Cognitive symptoms, such as memory issues, difficulty concentration, and brain fog. The genitourinary symptoms, that's the vaginal dryness, painful intercourse, urinary incontinence, and frequent urination. There's musculoskeletal problems, which we mentioned earlier, which is the joint pain, muscle pain, osteoporosis, and reduced physical strength. Cardiovascular symptoms, such as palpitations, increased risk of heart disease, anemia, high blood pressure, changes in cholesterol. There's dermatological symptoms, such as skin dryness, thinning of skin, loss of elasticity, loss of hair. And of course, there's a metabolic symptoms, which is weight gain, changes in cholesterol levels, increased risk of diabetes, fatigue, and bloating. Right? So you see how many symptoms are varied there. And we're just scratching the surface on the amount of symptoms you can have. And each one of those categories has a different group of supplements that you need to use. And this is what we are going to do for you. Right? So as I said, we identify the key symptoms, and then we start recommending what is best for you. Right? So one of the things that Maria mentioned was lifestyle integration. Right? What does it mean by lifestyle integration? So when we were working with Sarah, not only were we getting her on the correct supplements for what she needed to reduce her symptoms, but there was a massive lifestyle integration that was absolutely necessary. One was healthy diet, right? Which is, as we mentioned, healthy fruits, vegetables, and whole grains and lean proteins. And we will help you with that. That's what I do. I have helped many patients reduce the amount of medication to even stopping their medication who are diabetic. I've also helped a few hypertensive reduce their medication and take control of their cholesterol. So those are some of the things you can do. There's regular exercise, which contributes to building muscle strength, decreasing problems with bone pains and joint pains. And if you're which is a good risk that as your estrogen levels drop, you might develop osteoporosis or thinning bones. That could be an issue. And movement is one of the best treatments out there for improving and avoiding those symptoms, getting strength work, keeping the bones strong. Right. So now in addition to this, so not just taking calcium, but doing something to make sure the calcium is doing its job. Hydration, as we mentioned, we live in Trinidad and Tobago, we live in a hot climate. Majority of the population is mildly dehydrated from just the heat. Even if you're in air conditioning, you're getting dehydrated. So hydration is absolutely important. And it does not include just water. It could be things like coconut water, or soda water, teas, coffees. Um, Stress management, another area I work very heavily in. How do you decrease the burnout that comes from menopause? And how do you decrease the stress of everyday life? Things like your children, family, job stress, financial stress. How do we make sure these things are being managed well? And we will show you our 21 tools that is created for stress management in our community. And we'll help you to build your toolbox by using things like yoga, meditation, journaling, and deep reading, right? And of course, as Maria mentioned, adequate sleep. How do you get adequate sleep? What's your sleep routine like? Do you practice good sleep hygiene? Also very important, and we have whole programs that are set up just for those purposes and to help guide you through all of those things. So, as we mentioned, with guidance, Sarah starts to see a big lifestyle change, right? And that has led to her living a much happier, healthier life. Maria has experienced this and has gone through this lifestyle change. And last year, when we worked together with improving her nutrition, exercise, and mindset, managing her stress, and adjusting to a more mindful approach to how her job and menopause and all these other things were affecting her life, she saw massive shifts in the way she felt, in how her family life was, and how her productivity had changed over that period. Now, is this you? Is this possibly going to be for you? So let's dive into what we're talking about when we talk about the questionnaire. So I'll quickly give you a sneak peek into the questionnaire, but I invite you to, I will post the link to the questionnaire here, but I invite you to take the questionnaire and get an idea of where you are and how you can manage it. So here we are, the questionnaire. Right, as you go, we have a few demographic data, and I ask you simple questions like where you are in the menopause journey. Right, everybody seeing this? Everybody okay with this? Give me a thumbs up if you are. All right, so then we get into the vasomotor menopausal symptoms, and there's a few things for you to tick off there. Then there's the psychological symptoms, of course, a little explanation. Um, Sleep disturbances, we look at those. We look at the cognitive problems you're going through, and if you're suffering from any of these. We look into the genitourinary symptoms, which is basically anything that's happening with the vagina or your urinary system, and if it's being affected by your menopausal change. Musculoskeletal symptoms. We look at your cardiovascular health. Are any of these things causing you possible cardiovascular issues? Of course, we always talk about skin and hair issues, and this is all about how aging is affecting you as both through menopause and as you get older in the midlife period of life. And of course, at the end of it, we have the simple thing of book a call with us and let's chat about this questionnaire and what we can do to get you on the right track. So that's our questionnaire in a coconut shell. So any questions so far? So I'm going to share with you the link for this now. Give me 1 second. I will share the pre-filled link. It's also on the YouTube channel. So if you go on today's live session, you will see the link there. But I will share it here, and we also have it posted to the WhatsApp group. So if you're not on WhatsApp group, definitely join us as soon as you can. So I'm going to post it in the chat here. Opening chat. And you can take the questionnaire at any time. There you go. And here's our WhatsApp chat group. And of course, our website is the White Rose site, the White Rose dot site. For a second there, remember, I've almost flashed. So if anybody has any questions at this point? So if there are no questions, and you're listening to us live now and you want more information, you could go on the whiterose.site and you'll have access to our YouTube channel. You can also go on the Healthy Reset. You go on YouTube and type at the Healthy Reset, and the channel will come up. You also have listed in the chat group the link to the document for telling us what your symptom was, and it links you how to book your one-on-one call with us. Right? And of course, there's a WhatsApp group that's there. If you're not listening live and you're seeing the replay of this on YouTube, all of this information is in the notes below, and you can have access to all of it. For those who are listening on YouTube and who are here live with us, and go on YouTube and give us a thumbs up, join the YouTube channel, and click the notification bell so you can have updates on when the next sessions are, what we're doing, and what's happening in the community. We haven't sent out any emails this week. A little technical issue with our email server problem, so we're fixing that this week. But you will get all the updates of our community in our emails. So once you sign up, you'll get those updates there also. So if you are seeing the replay, just share, like, and click the notification button and join our community to gain more from the White Rose community and what we could help to do you at our YouTube channel, The Healthy Reset. Maria, before we close you, I'd like to open the floor to you to have a few last words.
I would just like those of us who are living in Trinidad and Tobago, I just would like to remind you all that our clinic, White Rose Clinic, is open for business. We do breast exams, pap smears, consultations, we do bloods. So we just want you to know our hours. Opening hours are 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturdays for now. So we just want you all to help us pass the word around. We are open for business, and you can pass the word around to the ladies that who may need a service. So we are here for you. So we are moving.
Thank you for that reminder, Maria. Yes, the clinic is open. I will share in the WhatsApp group the page with the QR code so you can scan it. You can go to the website and find where we are. Also, all our contact numbers are there, so call, make an appointment, or just come in and visit us. We'd love to sit and chat with you. So in closing tonight, thank you so much for joining us. Remember, go on the YouTube channel, The Healthy Reset, and like, share, and hit the notification bell so you can get updates on what's happening with the Right Rose community and on our channel, The Healthy Reset. Have a great evening, everyone, and we look forward to seeing you next week, Tuesday, or in clinic on Saturday. All right, have an awesome evening, everyone.
Wonderful evening to everybody.